The most annoying map in Bloons TD6 is finally getting nerfed, or at least one of the more annoying maps I wouldn't say in Bloons TD6, which is Polyphemus. Now, Polyphemus is an intermediate map in BTD6, and I've always felt like this map was tipping a little bit more towards an advanced map just because of how the Bloons were coming in and going out. So you guys probably remember the old order where the Bloons would just come out from the top or the bottom and they would just continue straight out down the road. Now here is what is new. Now the Bloons actually make a circle around the eye and then they go out towards the bottom, and this nerfs the map by so much. It's actually a really good change, I think. So now because the Bloons are taking this path, this whole right side here now makes a lot more sense to be used, because now your towers placed around here are actually going to be able to do damage when the Bloons are here on the edge of the eye. And so that's exactly what we're going to be testing today. We're going to be placing towers inside of the right side of the eye. We're going to test the new Polyphemus, and I also wanted to check out a couple of other small changes in the latest update, which I'm not exactly sure deserve a video of their own. So I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to go through them, and one of those changes is actually Sauda. Sauda, guys, she is actually weaker. They nerfed Sauda. If you take a look at the battle changes, the nerfs are quite significant. You're looking at about a 10%-ish less attack speed, and this goes down from all levels up to level 18. So when she reaches level 18, that's where it kind of balances out as it used to be. I am actually not sure how this is going to impact Sauda, but I feel like this about 10-ish% reduction of the attack cooldown, this is going to be impactful for some maps at least. Now the other change, which is the one that I'm more excited about, and it goes really nice with this Polyphemus thing, is that I actually wanted to test the new top path villages and the crazy cooldown reduction that you can achieve by doing that. But let me actually just see how we're doing around 9. Is she gonna be able to defend this one? Are we actually leaking? I can't exactly tell. Oh, I think we're leaking. There's like a red balloon here towards the bottom. Oh my god, is this the new 10% nerf, by the way? That's crazy. It was only like a single red balloon, so you know what? I think this might be the 10% attack speed nerf. That is actually crazy. Okay, let me just get like a druid, and I think this is gonna solve our problems for now. So the new top path villages, actually the new change that I wanted to check out as well, now give an additional 5% cooldown reduction starting from the primary mentoring. It goes from 10 to 15, and then the primary expertise goes from 20 to 25%. And now guys, all these primary towers and their cooldowns, they're gonna be going out like crazy fast. So let's try and get as many primaries as possible. We can also try and greed out like an energizer sub, and we can stack cooldowns like crazy. And because the Bloons are taking like this rat, they're going inside of the eye, if we stack all our towers like this, we can just do some cooldown bananas at this point. By the way, around 28, I think this is a cool new thing that you can do with this new Polyphemus route that the Bloons are taking. I mean, I guess you could have done it with the previous one, but it might be a little bit better with this one. You could just use the solid level 3 ability and it's gonna snipe all of these LEDs, and I think you might be able to do it around 30 actually. So there's a LED balloon. I'm gonna wait as much as possible, which I think was about that point. So, oh, this is, it actually might not be enough, guys. Oh no, it's 3 LEDs. Okay, so let me just quickly get the hard thorns. Is this gonna be fine? I hope it is. I think we have it. Yeah, there we go. All right, this is getting a little ridiculous, but finally, guys, round 33, we're gonna get a third tower that's actually gonna start doing something in this game. So let's make sure we have it like this. I mean, it's a little bit too small, isn't it? Let's get the larger radius, and I guess the refreeze, because it's gonna permanently be able to keep ceramics in this radius, right? And then what's the price to open the eye? 1,500. Come on, dude. All right, so you guys know that the inside of the eye gives you about a 10% discount, right? But my question is it actually worth it during the long run? Because I guess the total amount of money you make in Chimsmot is about 180k, but if you spend more than 18,000 on just opening up the eye, then I'm not exactly sure you're in the plus here. Let's actually go like this. Let's buy the blade maelstrom for the mob around 40, and we can just use the ability onto the small ceramics, and I think we should be fine. Actually, we're even gonna have the money on this thing. Oh my god, it's gonna get close. We're not gonna have the money, are we? Oh, that's ridiculous. How much money is that? $120 less? Guys, that's not good. Okay, let's try and pop this mob by, I guess, 230 on the blade. What else can we do? I mean, I'm just trying to save Sauda's level 3 ability. If we can manage to get the pop. Oh no, that's super close. Okay, so if I use it, it's gonna pop it now, but no, the ceramic's gonna leak. Yikes. So if we only haven't bought the refreeze, we have the money for this thing, but it's fine, because I think we can buy something else. I want to buy the Melapad Boomerang, actually. That's an ability as well. Guys, when we get the whole setup running, these abilities are gonna be permanently on thanks to these cooldowns. It's gonna be crazy. So I think just the Bionic Boomerang is gonna be able to do the thing, by the way, because he does extra damage to mob class Bloons. So let's just kind of chill and then save the level 3 Sauda ability. And if we pop it in the range of the ice, everyone's gonna get frozen. Oh yeah, there we go. Just use the ability. Bam, there it is. All right, so it's time for us to start playing off these cooldowns a little bit. So I'm gonna get the blade maelstrom. I'm gonna go for the 240 onto this blade maelstrom. Oh wait a minute. And what happened? Oh, wait, the eye closed and we have $300. Wait, did I throw that? It's 2K to open it? No way. Tell me I didn't throw this one. Let's try and time Sauda's level 3. Oh my god, no. I think we survived 46, but 47 we're gonna need like $1,000 ASAP. Oh my god, did I just throw the run right there? Hopefully not. I'm just gonna be spamming this button as fast as possible. Please just give me like 2K. This is crazy. I shouldn't have done that. Let's just open it and I just keep using the abilities. This is gonna be fine. Oh my god, that was crazy. Okay, let's see how we do on 49. We can afford to use an ability. Actually, I think we should start playing off of these abilities a little bit more. So I'm gonna get the primary mentoring. That is a 15% cooldown, and we should probably do something like the snowstorm as well, right? Let's just get the snowstorm. All right, so now I have 3 primary abilities to play off of, which I absolutely love. And then the next thing that I want to be going for is actually gonna be the Energizer sub first, and then we're gonna go for the primary expertise and all these other tier 5s. And actually we just got another closure of the eye, and maybe you can, I know, I'm just gonna open it, but I was thinking maybe you can kind of min-max it, right? Because the price goes up by $500 for every, I guess, 10 rounds. But if you can survive 10 rounds without your towers that are in the middle, then you're effectively saving a little bit of money, right? Okay, so let's see how we're gonna do versus these 45 mobs first. And then for 63, it seems like we're not gonna have enough money for the Energizer, so we're gonna have to use the abilities, which I'm actually really glad to do. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, are we fine versus these 45 mobs, by the way? Okay, so that guy is gonna go away and into Sauda. Oh, we need to use the ability actually. Oh my god, is that gonna be fine? A single red balloon, come on. All right, so 63, how are we doing this one? I think wave number 1, let's use the boomerang ability and see if this is gonna be, yeah, that's fine for the first wave. And now because of these cooldowns, I think we can just freely use them. So for example, for the second wave, I'm just gonna use the attack ability, and then for the third one, the boomer is gonna come off cooldown, isn't it? Oh yeah, look at this 15% cooldown. It's actually not, it's barely not, but look at what we're gonna do. We're gonna freeze them, and then I guess the tag is up and running already. All right, and we saved the boomer for 64, I guess. Yeah, this 15%, I'm telling you guys, it's not a lot, but because these cooldowns are already fast, you just bam, you just have them up and running. And look at this thing. So we saved the boomer, but this is gonna be fine because this is gonna help us defeat the 45 mobs. That's amazing. Alright, I think this is going to be the one, guys. Round 70, finally, we get the money for the Energizer, and this is actually a huge power spike, not because of the damage that it's going to give us, but because of the cooldown reduction for all of these towers. Alright, so for this round, I actually wanted to test the new cooldowns now that we've gotten the Energizers. So let's start off with the boomerang. I'm going to wait for some of these guys to kind of come a little bit closer, and as soon as these lead balloons have popped, I think that is a good time. Okay, so let's use the boomer ability, and let's just watch the cooldown and the uptime of this ability. Let's see how much of a benefit we're getting from the Energizer. So the ability is still going, and I think it stopped about there. So I would say that's about a 40% uptime. It's kind of respectable, honestly, given that this is like only a 20% cooldown reduction, and with the 25 of the expertise, it should be a lot higher. We actually get it back for a second round at 75, which is really nice. Oh my god, legend. I'm not losing to this thing again. I saved a little bit of cash, and there we go. That's 76. Actually, that's thanks to the Energizer. It's time, guys. 25.8k. This thing is 27. So during this round, this is 81. We just enter free play mode. So during this round, we're gonna have the primary expertise, and the cooldowns are gonna go ballistic at this point. So I'm really excited about this new change. Let's get the primary expertise, and let's see how fast these cooldowns are now. I can see this boomer ability just flying through, by the way, because I just used it. Let's start with attack. This is only the 4th tier attack, and the duration is not actually that big. You know what's a good thing about this setup, by the way? It's that they recently buffed the primary expertise, and it can now do, well, that. You guys noticing that? It is one-shot. Yeah, you guys just saw it up top. It is one-shotting Moab class balloons with the new attack. This change actually happened a couple of updates ago. They took away a little bit of attack speed, if I remember correctly, but they gave it a little bit of extra damage, and that is just what we need to save up for our other tier 5s, which are going to be playing off with the cooldown. So actually, with this new primary expertise cooldown, with all these BFBs incoming, let's actually check the uptime on the boomer ability. So let's use it right now, and this, oh, look at the bottom, by the way. Look at how fast it's going. Okay, so let's use the boomer ability, and this is going to be 85. Are we going to have the money for the perma charge anytime soonish? Not looking like it, but what I'm noticing is the cooldown uptime is about 60%, I think, now on the turbocharge. So this is pretty much use it almost as much as you, oh my god. $4,000 I just spent on this thing, and this is gonna set back the perma charge by at least a handful of rounds. I hate this map. You guys can see why they nerfed it, actually, because it's an intermediate map for sure, but it was kind of tipping towards an advanced map a little bit more than the others, I guess. The next tower that I want to get is definitely a perma charge, but we're also gonna need some DDT help, so let's kind of try and figure things out one at a time. So how's the first DDT look? I'm just gonna click all abilities, but actually not all of them work, guys. It's a Sauda's level 10 does work, I guess. What else works? I mean, the primary expertise attack is kind of strong, so I think that did the majority of damage versus 90. And you know what? If I actually buy the permacharge right now, that is probably gonna throw the run unless we get a decent amount of cash. So let me actually use the boomer ability, because that's so much pressure actually on us at this point. We're missing so many towers for these 90s. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna lose in this one, guys. This is 93. We don't exactly have a way of dealing with deities. I mean, I'm gonna click all buttons, but I mean, like, freeze ability doesn't even work on them. And wait a minute, how did we pop them? Is it actually the primary expertise doing that much work? You know what? I think because of this new path the deities are taking, they're kind of setting themselves up nicely for the ballista attack to bounce between all of them. So that's exactly why we're beating them, because I don't think that this would have been happening on the old map. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Did I catch those guys? I think I did. Okay, let's use the solid level 10 ability. Let's clean everyone out. Let's start buying some towers finally. Alright, so two choices. Number one, either we go for the MRB, or number two, we go for the Glue Storm. Now, I would go for the Glue Storm actually, because the Glue Storm is a primary cooldown which we can reduce by a lot. So let me try and find this guy and discount as much as possible. If I can get into range of, yes, both of the discounts. Let's go. So first two upgrades free. Glue Hose 1.3, Glue Strike 3.6, and then Glue Storm itself 14.6. I'm also going to go for the top crossbow, by the way, because they actually did buff this one as well in the recent update. It gives you plus 3 damage amplification. Let me use the Boomer ability. And honestly, I'm just buying this for 95, guys. Let's just dump all of these abilities and pray for the best, because this is such a mess. We're missing about 7k for the permacharge, by the way, but now I actually don't feel bad about buying the permacharge. So let me just keep spamming this tack ability. And yes, we get it done with 94. Alright, this is exactly the gameplay that I'm here for, because I'm a little bit tense at this point. Like, I don't know what's going to be happening. You have to plan your abilities, but you're getting a lot of cooldown reduction. That's what you have going for you. So let's use the Glue Storm. I actually don't even mind using the Glue Storm, because we are just going to get the cooldown back so fast at this point. I'm going to use the Boomer ability as well. And the money, by the way, is still not there for the permacharge, so hopefully these guys win. I'm just going to dump the level 3 Sauda ability. The Glue Storm is still ongoing, and the cooldown is about to be back, I think. Is this 100% uptime, by the way? It's close to 100%. Oh my god, that's crazy, and we do get it done. And as I say that, this happens. The eye closes. All right, but this is the final one. So $4,500, and we still don't have the money for the permacharge. Please, oh my god, just let me buy this thing, please. Let's start with the Glue Storm, which is, I guess, almost 100% uptime, so you can just spam this thing as much as you want. And then I think I want to start things off with the Boomer ability. Just get rid of these BFBs, and then it's gonna be interesting with the ZOMGs actually, because these guys are starting to become a little bit beefier. Do we actually get, oh, we get the money for the permacharge? Yes, finally buy this thing. Oh my god, we actually do get it. This is insane. All right, now look at the extra damage that we're getting. I also want to see what's the uptime on the permacharge ability, so I'm going to use it now. And then let's see, does the cooldown change a little bit when you get to the 5th tier? I can't tell actually, because we popped all the balloons. Okay, so 98, and I'm just going to freely use up these abilities. So I'm going to start with the Glue Storm. I'm just going to start things off with the Boomer ability. It's about a 60 to 65% uptime, which means that you kind of still want to be a little bit careful, but you can just kind of use it as much as you want, I guess. But just think about it, but just have it in the back of your mind, I guess, so that you don't use it too early or too late. And I think we can just now freeze, and with this freeze we can just get the cooldown back up, and that should be around 98. And actually, I'm even going to use the Glue Storm, because it's going to carry over to the next round, so it shouldn't be a problem. And then we do get the money for the Super Maelstrom, which is going to be nice for round 100. So there we go, another ability, and actually this one is going to be closer to 100% uptime, so I'm gonna use it. I'm not gonna use the Boomer ability. Actually, it's even a cooldown. What am I talking about? And this is gonna wipe out all the deities on 99. And actually, let's take a look at the uptime. Yeah, this is close to 90% uptime, by the way, on the Super Maelstrom. That's crazy. And I think we actually did manage to pull it off, guys. Let me use this Glue ability. Let's use Sauda's abilities, and then when this guy pops, we're gonna finish it off with the Super Maelstrom, which is gonna be super fast, by the way, because we just have a lot of damage. Boomer ability up again, so let's just use it, and then Glue Storm, use the Super Maelstrom, and that's gonna be it, guys. There we go. All right, so a couple of fun things happening on this map. Actually, the extension of the track, very welcome change. It makes it a little bit less annoying, I'm gonna be honest. And playing off of these cooldowns as usual, this is super fun, and with this extra cooldown reduction, it just makes it even more fun than previously. So that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.